channel, Perpetuating Motherhood, and in today's video I wanted to share with you how I make my bone broth. I have been making this bone broth a little over 6 months now. Hopefully my last video that I just recorded will post this week, and in that video I explain how I healed my ulcerative colitis. And I suffered with ulcerative colitis for nearly a little over 4 years actually. One of the ways I healed my ulcerative colitis is through improving my gut health, and one of the ways I did that was by consuming and drinking bone broth. And I find it better to make my own bone broth, which I will be sharing with you today. I like to know what ingredients are going in my bone broth. They are more natural, and I find this to be a lot more effective than purchasing in the store actually. I noticed results almost immediately, and I will link that video for you if you're interested, so you can check that video out. But today I just wanted to go over how I make my bone broth. I have changed this recipe a few times by adding more or less ingredients. Feel free to add more or less of what I show you here, or even experiment with your own things. There's really no wrong way to make it. Some of the health benefits of bone broth are that it is anti-aging, it contains collagen, and also gelatin, which is a structural protein found in bone broth. It's the most abundant protein actually found in bone broth. And the collagen is also great for your cartilage, your hair, your bones, and your skin as well. It has also been known to support immune function, your joints, and also can be beneficial to your sleep. It is recommended to drink about a cup of bone broth a day. I drink it about every day or every other day. I just drink it in the afternoon. Sometimes I drink it with my meals. If I'm having like a salad or a sandwich, I like to have a cup of bone broth. And or other times I'll also drink it in the evening times before bed, especially if I'm having like a sweet craving. I'll drink bone broth to kind of curb that sweet craving. You may see results with drinking bone broth in as little as a couple days like I have, or even within a few weeks. Bone broth is also great for weight loss. I noticed that I'm able to maintain my weight gain by drinking bone broth. It can be somewhat filling because it is derived from meat and contains collagen and protein and things like that. You can keep it in your fridge for probably up to 7 to 10 days. I like to store mine in a glass mason jar, or even like a Tupperware container that I might have. And when I'm ready to drink it, I just warm it up on my stove. I prefer to drink my bone broth hot versus cold. I don't drink it cold, although I'm sure you can, and the health benefits are pretty much the same. However, I prefer to drink mine hot, or at least warm, because it kind of mixes the flavors together. And sometimes you'll find that the collagen can float to the top, and you don't really want all the any of the fat or oils to be separated and clumpy. So when it's heated, it's distributed throughout your drink a whole lot better than if you were to drink it cold. So I've gone over many of the health benefits of drinking bone broth and why I choose to drink bone broth. So I wanted to share my recipe with you guys in hopes that it helps you, especially if you're suffering with any type of IBS or stomach or gut issues. Hopefully this will help you. I will also include the ingredients down below in the description box and the recipe, so if you're interested in making it, I will leave it down below for you. You can always add or take away any of the ingredients that you may or may not like when you make yours, if you choose to do so. Let me know in the comments below if you try this recipe, if you enjoy it. So if you're interested in how I make my bone broth, I'm gonna go ahead and share that with you right now. Just keep watching. Okay, so for this recipe, which I will also link below and have the ingredients listed for you, you're gonna need about a pound of beef oxtails. You can also use other meat with the bones, like beef oxtails actually have a lot of cartilage in it, as you can see here. And these are great for making bone broth. You can also use other types of bones. However, I find that beef oxtails work great, and you can readily find these at your local grocery store, as I found these at Winn-Dixie, and they are actually not too bad in price. So this you can actually reuse also to make it about twice if you wanted to. For this recipe, you're also going to need a quarter each of these ingredients: coriander, celery salt, sage, paprika. You can also use hot sauce if you wanted to, or you can omit the paprika and seasoning altogether if you don't like it spicy. I also use about a teaspoon of sea salt there. Here I have, it is the Vermont Village apple cider vinegar with turmeric and honey. It has organic and raw apple cider vinegar with the mother, which is great. So you kind of want that. This is prebiotic. I love using this. This product is actually great. I drink this when I get sick. I put about a tablespoon with my water and heat it up and drink it warm. And I find that it helps me if I have like a cough, a stubborn cough that I can't get rid of or something like that. I will drink the whole bottle basically over about a week or so, and that is great in my healing and recovery of like sore throat or cough or any kind of sickness. So that's great. And also I have this Bragg liquid Aminos right here. I used about a tablespoon of the apple cider vinegar and a tablespoon and a half of the liquid Aminos. This is like a soy sauce alternative. So this will help give it great flavor as well in your bone broth. You're also gonna need about 8 to 10 cups of water. So it will need to simmer on low for about at least 12 hours. So a slow cooker works great for that, but you can also cook it over the stove as well. So first I'm gonna add my beef oxtails to the crock pot. Next I'm adding the liquid amino acids and my turmeric and honey apple cider vinegar. I also forgot to mention that the turmeric apple cider vinegar, also the acidic nature of the vinegar helps to break down the bones and the collagen, the cartilage from the bones, and incorporate that into your bone broth. Now I'm adding my quarter teaspoon of celery salt, 1 teaspoon of sea salt, and all of these flavors and seasonings will also meld together, and once you add the water and cook it for over 12 hours, it will be well incorporated. You can also add a bay leaf to this. I don't have any at the moment, so I wasn't able to add that, but you can definitely add that. And I also just added the quarter teaspoon of coriander. Also, I'm going to add 4 cups of water at a time. Okay, so I'm just going to set my timer here for about 12 hours. And I will give this a stir a couple times throughout the cooking process, probably later this evening before I go to bed and then in the morning. Yeah, that's about it. I just set this on low for 12 hours and the crock pot will do the rest of the cooking, and I'm just gonna let it be, and then I'll have some delicious bone broth to drink for tomorrow and for the rest of the week. Okay, and that is how I make my bone broth. As you see, it's not difficult at all. It only takes about 5 minutes to put it all together, especially when you're using a slow cooker. The slow cooker does all the work for you, and it'll be ready in about 12 hours. So let me know if you enjoyed this recipe or if you give it a try, and like this video for more, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.